Right. Okay. So, yeah, so great to see all of you officially kicking it off. Welcome to the Expat Women's Summit kickoff party. And we have 3 days of lots of amazing presentations. And that's why I decided to do the kickoff party the day before the 3 days. So there's no distraction during the summit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen because I want to walk you through the agenda and what we're going to cover today. But I also, while I'm doing that, I want people to introduce themselves in the chat, and I have the format here. So just give me a second, so you guys can just follow the format. 1 minute. Yeah. So, because I know some of you introduced yourself before I showed up, and Chanel also got the party going. So give me a second here. And where's the chat? Okay, here's the chat. Okay, so just look at the format and just do that while I pull up my screen. So do it in the chat. I think it's a small enough group but I still want to break us up into breakout rooms because I think the magic always happens in the breakout rooms. And for people who are going to be watching this replay later, all the guests who couldn't make it, you can continue the introductions in the comments of this video. I'm going to upload this video onto our Expat Women YouTube channel, and then people can continue the connections there. Okay, Rosemary, you might have to leave and come back or check your audio. Yeah, just try. Yeah, Zoom always has some surprises. You didn't see me earlier. I was like a ghost because something happened with my green screen. All right, so yeah, go ahead, ladies, and introduce yourself in the chat. If you scroll up in the chat, you'll see you don't have to follow this the way, my format, but you can at least follow the structure. Okay, and I will share my screen. And I'm hearing some disturbances from someone. I don't know who it is, but maybe unless you speak, maybe it's better to mute your sound. Maybe it's this lady. Let me see. I think you still hear someone speaking in the background. I don't. Okay, maybe now the sound is gone. All right. Okay, let me share my screen here. Can you guys see my screen? Okay, all right. Okay, so welcome to the Expat Women's Summit Make Bold Moves Abroad, our kickoff party. I have to give a shout out to Julie. She's the only one who's come prepared with a party hat, and I love it. But I think it's also because you have a little kid, right? So you have party hats lying around, right? Yeah, awesome, awesome. I think you can also create a party hat on. I'm not trying anything with Zoom. Oh, yeah. So cute, Julie. So I think you can create party hats on Zoom, but I don't want to take any chances. And Zoom already turned me into a ghost earlier. But anyone wants to experiment, go ahead and do that. Okay. So yeah, as I said, introduce yourself in the chat because even though we're a smallish crowd, you may not get a chance to meet everyone in the breakout rooms. And I usually host virtual networking events every quarter, and so much of the magic happens in the chat. So take a screenshot if you want to see how to introduce yourself, or I've also shared it in the chat. If you scroll up, you'll see that. All right. So this is the agenda. Welcome and introductions. I'm going to introduce our sponsors, partners, and speakers. We're going to walk through the summit schedule. I'm going to introduce the summit bingo. We won't be playing the bingo live, but I'll tell you what you need to do to participate in the bingo, and then we're going to connect with other attendees in the breakout room. So I want to give a shout out to our gold sponsor, H&R Block Expat Tax. As you know, this summit is free, but having sponsors helps because there's a lot of work that goes into putting it together. I started working on this summit, I think, in maybe August or September of last year. I had to hire people to create the website, all that stuff. So big shout out to H&R Block Expat Tax. We have Rosemary here. She's representing H&R Block Expat Tax, and she's an expat tax expert and also a speaker at the summit. So Rosemary, I'm going to have you to introduce yourself as a speaker, tell us what you're talking about, and then also tell us a little bit about H&R Block Expat Tax. Rosemary?
Okay. Yep. Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, your
Okay,
sound is
good. I
great.
had I had problems before, but all right, since everything's working, um, morning everybody. It's my morning. Hope everybody's doing well. And thank you, Nina, for having us here as a sponsor. We very much believe in supporting businesses, women-owned businesses, and especially with a expat flair to them, because that's what we're all about. Our clients. My name is my full name is Rosemary Gualieri. I have been working in the global mobility field for I'm gonna say, yeah, I know I hate telling people, but it is over 30 years. It's about 32 years. So that gives you an idea of my age, unfortunately. Um, and like I grew up doing this. This is basically what I do, what I've always done. So I've got a lot of experience in it. I had 30 years in Big Four, which means so I worked with big corporate organizations with thousands of expatriates, all over the world. And now I work with H&R Block, and I part of my time I spend doing business development. Part of my time I run a team, and part of my time I have my own clients. So it's a lot going on. Our sweet spot is we work with the clients that big four firms don't want to work with. Essentially, we work with the clients who were born abroad. We work with clients who are fell in love, moved to Germany, and now live in Germany. We handle retirees, a lot of people going from the US, retiring abroad. So we handle those folks that Big Four, um, well, can't pay Big Four fees. Let's just put it that way. They just can't afford it. So we have a sweet spot of clients that we serve, and we have a sweet spot for fees, honestly. Our fees are very, um, how shall I say? They're very reasonable. They're very reasonable, and they're for the average person. And so we make sure that we keep things in a format that are easy to understand, easy to work with us. Everything's online, everything's virtual, and we handle both Americans abroad and also individuals who have tax filing obligations here in the States, which is where I'm located. Um, did you want me to tell a little bit about myself and my expat experience, Nina?
Sure, yes, yes,
Okay.
because that's why you're here too, because you
Yeah.
are an expat, and of course, yeah.
Yeah, so I was an expat, I think, three times. Three times. First, when I was very young, I went to Tokyo, Japan, and I worked there for 5 months, I believe. And then I've also worked in Basel, Switzerland, and I was there for about 7, 8 months. I had the honor of getting kidney stones while I was in Basel, so that was an experience. And then I also worked in London, and I lived on Buckingham Palace Road, and I thought
Wow.
that was so cool. And so I had a really good time there. So I loved being an expat. Um, I just loved being an expat. I loved learning about new cultures, new things. Um, I don't know. It didn't frustrate me that much because mine were short-term assignments, right? They didn't last more than 8 months, so I always knew I was going back home. So it's a little different than maybe someone who's picking up everything and moving,
Right.
forever. For me, I always knew I was going to land back home. So I don't have that long-term experience, but I certainly know tons of people that do. So I can
Awesome.
relate.
And you also was repat in a way because you came back. Even when I go to India for a holiday and or even if I travel to any other country, it always takes me a little while to get adjusted back to the US, and I live in a suburb. So like in Europe, you're seeing all these beautiful castles, and then you come back, and then all I'm doing here is driving on the freeway to Costco or Target, or that's it's just like it's hard. So I can imagine people who've lived in another country for a long time and then they move back, how hard it is. And I mean, you live for 7 months, but it's still. But thank you again, Rosemary. Before I
Yep.
move forward, I'm gonna look in the chat. I see a lot of people are introducing themselves, which I just love. And you can save the chat at the end, so and then connect with people. So we have Karina, she's joining us from Mexico, German. Julie is also a German passport holder and she's lived in China. And Laurie's from the US and she's living in the US and she teaches English to international professionals and their families new to the US. And that's the beauty of our expat community. Not everyone is an expat or repat. There are folks who are planning to be expats and there are folks like Laurie who help expats. So it's just an amazing, diverse group of people. Simona is from Milan, so cool, Simona, and she's now an expat in Malaysia. She was an expat in Malaysia, relocated to Chicago, USA, and after 20 years of corporate, she now runs her own coaching practice. Simona will also be introducing herself shortly because she's a speaker and a summit partner for the summit partner for this expat woman. So she's also like a mini entrepreneur sponsor for this summit. And then Anna is originally from Russia, 7 countries, 3 continents, based in Lebanon, Dubai, and Australia. And I want to give Anna a shout out because when I asked Anna to be a speaker, I think it's fine for me to share this because it is really what the expat journey is about. She had to relocate from, I think, was it from Lebanon to Australia because of the war. And just last week, she moved back to Lebanon, I think, right? And I know you'll be introducing yourself as you are a speaker, but just think of that in the midst of all of this, Anna was showing up to be a speaker and it's not easy. I know she has children too. So Anna, when you speak, I'd love for you to share a little bit about this because, some of us like the wars in other countries don't affect and some they affect so much. So yeah, and then we have Daniela, and I know Daniela too was affected by the war. She got stuck. And Daniela, I may have got my facts wrong, but I know you were heading back to Pakistan, maybe from India, and then you got stuck and you had to do an 8 hour or longer drive. So when you speak, do share that as well. And I know you've also had some personal challenges right now, and despite that, you've been showing up. And then we have Beth, originally from New York, now she's in Amsterdam. So I'm going to take a little break, and then we'll read more of these chats now, so we can continue. But yeah, I like to read them too because at the end, after the summit, after this event is done, I might not have the chance to look at the chat immediately. So it's fun to see who's here and what people are doing. All right. So the other sponsor is the Expat Woman Membership, which is our paid community. It's the inner circle of women who want to elevate their expertise, who want to belong to a community of collaborators, supporters who are looking for more. I have the large expat women community, which has about 50,000 women across all our platforms and newsletter. But I created this membership because I saw the potential in so many women, and I believe when we come together in a tight circle, and I have the time to work with the women, collaborate with them, learn from them, we can do so much more. And if you see this photograph here, we have 23 speakers. 17 of the speakers and panelists are members of the Expat Women membership, and some of them have never spoken publicly before. And that's what our membership does. We provide our members with a platform and the inspiration from members who have already done it to step forward, share their expertise, step into the spotlight, kick imposter syndrome to the curb, and also collaborate with other members within the community to do amazing things. So the membership is also sponsoring that. Now I just spoke about Simona a little while ago. So Simona is one of the summit
Naina,
partners. Yeah.
I'm so sorry, but Rosemary is pinned, so we can't see you speak.
Oh, thank you for telling me that. Okay, that must have been weird, right? You see Rosemary and then hear my voice.
Little
Yeah.
bit, yes.
Yeah. Okay, let me see if I can. Okay, is that better?
Yes,
Can you see me?
perfect.
Okay, thank you so
Perfect.
much, Chanel. And please keep jumping. And if you see any of these like snafus during the, yeah. So now I'll have to pin Simona. But Simona. So we have our big sponsor, and then we have entrepreneurs who wanted to also support the summit and also get more exposure. And Simona is one of them. She runs a business called Coaching with Simona, and she's also a speaker at the summit. So, Simona, I'm going to spotlight you so we can hear you and everyone doesn't have to see my face. All right.
Thank you,
So,
Nana.
you're welcome. Okay. Can you guys see Simona?
Hi.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Go ahead, Simona.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, wherever you're located in the world. I'm Simona Pappalardo, as I've written in the chat, originally from Milan, Italy. I have had experience as an expat back in Malaysia in 2009 and 2010. And then in 2014, I moved to the United States, where I moved permanently, initially in Michigan, and now I'm based out of the Chicago area. I'm an engineer as a background, believe it or not, but electronics engineer, loved that job for 20 years. And then all of a sudden, I felt that I needed to do something different, not because I didn't like my job, I loved it, but it was becoming more of the same. And I really found my passion and my voice in becoming a coach. Specifically, I help leaders turn identity and cultural challenges into something that becomes their unique advantage. And so that they can accelerate their career, move faster. Some of them change completely the field they are in. And for the summit, I have prepared for all of you a webinar focused on on the concept that you didn't lose your career, it just doesn't translate yet. A lot of people make this mistake of thinking that all of a sudden they feel the value of their career doesn't translate immediately abroad, and so they feel like, oh, now I need to restart from scratch. That's not really true. It's a matter of reclaiming your building and rebuilding your identity abroad. And so that's what I will be talking about. And today is a very special day for me, not only because I am here with all of you kicking off the summit, and that's really exciting, but it's also the day that officially we launch my second book. So I've originally written Authentically Yours, the Global Woman Guide to Confident Cross-Cultural Leadership. This came out in December 2025. It became very fast an international best-selling. And I loved so much writing a book that when they offered me to participate in an anthology, I had the perfect story and I couldn't say no. So this is Unmuted. It's an anthology, as I said, so it's me and other seven women leaders. So check it out because we have a promotion going on right now. So I hope you will support me, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on day 2 of the Expat Woman Summit. Thank
Wow,
you so much.
Simona. Okay, let me pin myself with that. Wait, let me first pin myself so you guys see me instead of Simona. Okay. Simona, congratulations. I didn't even know about this book, so that is so impressive. Do share the links to both the books in the chat so people can, check them out, purchase them. But huge congratulations, and what a perfect day to launch it. Yeah, so not only the kickoff party, but kick off your book as well. So I love that. Thank you, and thank you for your support, and we're looking forward to your presentation as well. We have one more Summit Spotlight partner, the language professor, Aurelia McNeil, but I don't see Aurelia here. Aurelia, if you are in the audience, just let me know. But I looked earlier. Does anyone see Aurelia in the audience? Okay. Okay. So, yeah, and you can find out about our sponsors and partners. It's on our registration page, on all our pages. We have their logos linked to their website, so you can check them out there. But Aurelia teaches online English classes for intermediate and advanced students. And I also think, I also believe Aurelia is based in the US, but she works with expats. So now it's another cool service provider. All right. So I said I would read a few more chats. So before we move forward, so I think I stopped at Beth and Dom. So Dom is living in Virginia. And again, Dom is in the process of relocating to a new country. So she just moved back to the US a few months ago and from Australia, and now she's moving to Fiji, and she's a speaker as well. So as I was saying, each of our speakers has something else going on, but they've still made the time to show up. So Dom, I appreciate that. And Dom every day shares a video on LinkedIn about one aspect of her relocation or moving to Fiji. So definitely check that out. You'll hear from Dom too in a little bit because she's one of our speakers. We have Millie. She's from the UK and she currently lives in the UK. She works with partners of diplomats and military personnel to help them be happier and more fulfilled on their overseas postings. Welcome, Millie. And then we have Janaline, originally from the UK. and now she's currently based in Kuwait. She's also originally from South Africa. And Janeline, again, this is the second time I'm attending one of these events, I think in the middle of the night for you. So I appreciate that. That just shows the dedication. I just love it when I know it's not easy. And I know Dom, when she was in Australia, would show up for our events in the middle of the night, early morning. She'd be all blurry eyed, but she'd just come with her energy and enthusiasm. So I just love it when people do that. I don't know if I'd be able to do it. So glad to see you here, Janaline. And then Carolyn has lived in the US and New Zealand, and now she lives in the UK. She's originally from the UK, and she has worked in the global mobility for close to 30 years in various roles, and she's just starting her business to help expats relocate to the UK. Again, you can save this chat at the end and you connect with everyone. I'm now going to go, I'll read more of the chats as we move forward, but right now I want to continue with the Expat Women Summit. So yeah, these are all our speakers, and it's missing over there. So let me tell you how the summit will work. So 3 days of the summit: day 1, day 2, day 3 is March 5th, May 5th, May 6th, and May 7th. So all the presentations are pre-recorded. And the reason I do that is because it's really hard to coordinate different time zones. You saw how glitchy tech can be. I mean, I started off the summit, this kickoff party looking like a ghost because my green screen was not talking to the Zoom. So it's just very hard with tech issues and with time zones. So all our speakers have turned in their pre-recorded presentations, and they will go live on each day for 24 hours. Okay, and we have 23 speakers. Now, if you haven't registered with the summit, you're attending the kickoff party, but you haven't registered, it's free. So just go to the expatwoman.com/summit to register. Okay, and you'll be receiving the how to watch the presentations via an email. Okay, so this is the 3 days of the summit. The first day is relocation, identity, and belonging. Oh, and I'm so sorry. I just realized the top, and this is not me. This is my VA. I should have double checked. The second, I don't have but I know the second day is career and business, and the third day is leadership, impact, and influence. So you can see day 1, we have understand your attachment style to build safer relationships abroad with Henriette Johnson. The second, and again, these presentations will all be released at the same time at 8 a.m. PST tomorrow. So you can choose which ones you want to watch. You can watch all of them. You can watch the ones that really matter, and you can let us know in the chat which day. Yeah. So just remember, day 2 is career and business, and day 3 is leadership, impact, and influence. Just let us know in the chat which presentation are you most excited about, and the other speakers and I won't feel hurt if you don't mention ours. So just tell us, because it'll be helpful to know for the speakers present who is interested in what, and maybe they might even ask you if you have any questions. So I'll just read them very quickly. The second one is identity, continuity, and the hidden cost of serial expat life, but with Anna. The next one is how to elevate your experience abroad by understanding your place, purpose, and passion with Julie Marks. The next one is Thrive Abroad Without Burnout with Munisha Mirchandani. Next one is Avoiding Common Tax Mistakes for U.S. Cross-Border Tax Filers by Rosemary. And then the final is a panel discussion, Coming Home Without Losing Yourself, Repatriation and Career Transitions with Monica, Clevia, and Disa. Second day, career and entrepreneurship. You didn't lose your career, just doesn't translate, yet reclaim your professional identity abroad with Simona. The career reset with Maria. Own your voice abroad, speak English with confidence, and unlock opportunities with Aurelia. Marketing for globally mobile entrepreneurs with Mangla. Mangla is based in Singapore, and I know it's again middle of the night or early morning for her, so she wasn't able to make the live. Jumpstart your business and income abroad with Dom. How how to move from invisible to demand, clarity driven marketing with Karina Hawk. And then I'm also a LinkedIn coach, and I always, as you can see, most of the platform that I've used for this summit has been LinkedIn. Yes, we have a Facebook group. I would love to use LinkedIn groups, but right now LinkedIn groups are terrible, so I have to resort to the Facebook group. But I'll be sharing some LinkedIn insights, answering questions folks have about LinkedIn. I may even do a few short LinkedIn profile audits while so this will be a live event. So this is on day 2, and then day 3, which is leadership, influence, and impact. We'll start with leading across cultures without losing yourself, conflict, identity, and influence in global transitions with Glynis Swan. I know Glynis is here. Then uncover your bold perspective and stand out as yourself with Beth Faris, and Beth is here as well. Then build your own table abroad. Don't wait to be invited with me, Naina Caputi. Chanel, become a global wealth builder. And Chanel is here as well. Why cultural intelligence matters in the age of AI with Daniela Drogalis. And then we have another panel discussion. Again, it's pre-recorded, so you can watch it at your convenience. Bold moves in AI, how expat women are navigating, working, and leading in AI. And we have women who are working in AI in the corporate world. We have Ileana, who works at Google. We have Siley, who works at Amazon. We have Vandana, who works in IT. And then we have Erica, whose focus is on real estate, creative development in AI. And then we will have our next virtual networking event on that day. Okay, so this is what I'll be doing live. It's at 9 a.m. PST. If you can't watch the live, I'm going to encourage people to send in their LinkedIn questions before the live so I can then address them, and then you can watch the replay. But of course, if you join the live, you might be able to ask me stuff, and it will be so much better. Then this is the virtual networking. So this event on May 7th, by then you would have watched most of the presentations, and if there's a couple you want to watch on for day 3, you can watch them. And then at 10 a.m. you can come, and you will have an opportunity to ask questions to our speakers. If, as I said, Mangla is based in Singapore, so it's really hard for her to come live, but maybe you can send the questions to Mangla in advance, and then we'll read out her responses at this event. But what I'm also looking to do at this event is maybe doing breakout rooms where the speakers are in different breakout rooms, so you can move from breakout room to breakout room, talk to the speakers, ask them questions. They might share some further insights and takeaways. All right, and all these links will be shared in the email, but you have to be registered for the summit to see them. Okay, and if you feel that it's too much, I'm not going to be able to watch everything in those 24 hours each day, you can get a VIP ticket upgrade. The early bird ticket sales end tomorrow. So although the summit is free for people who want to keep watching the presentations after the summit's done, we also have them all on a summit private podcast. Then think about getting an early bird ticket, because tomorrow at 8 a.m. the early bird ticket ends, and then you will have to purchase the summit upgrade, which is a little more expensive. So you have the all access pass, which is just the presentations on audio and video, and a link to an invite to our VIP networking event, which will be very small and very focused and intimate and high powered, and all the Expat Power Pack, which includes all the access pass tickets and also bonuses from a lot of our speakers, slides, access to their slides, etc., and also opportunities to win more prizes. Okay, so we have the summit bingo. So as I said, a lot of our speakers have donated prizes. I also will be adding some prizes. So this is a summit bingo, so you can take part in this bingo. I will share all the information about how you can participate in the Facebook group and by an email. And then on May 8th, we will announce the winners by email. Okay, so right now you can win a kickoff party prize, and we will announce the winners after this party is done, because I'll have to go through. But you can comment on the summit event page on LinkedIn, introduce yourself, or share that you are at the summit kickoff party. So take a screenshot of this. I'll try and also share, if someone wants to copy this link and put it in the chat, please do that for me. I have it, but I have to look for it. I will share it in the chat a little later. Okay, so I know some of you already commented on the LinkedIn page, but maybe you can again do that. But we have about 2,000, almost 900 people who have RSVP'd on the LinkedIn Summit event page. So every time you leave a comment, you're building visibility for yourself, because LinkedIn's then notifying everyone who's RSVP'd on that event page that, oh, say Chanel left a comment. They say, Chanel just wrote something, and then they come to your comment, they check out your profile. They may not respond to your comment, but it builds visibility for you, and it also builds visibility for the summit. Okay, so what's going to happen? We're going to have two breakout sessions, 9 minutes each. In each breakout session, you will do you will start by saying your name, which country you're originally from, and where you currently live. And then we'll have the first breakout room question and the second. And the reason I have these prompts is, and they're very summit related, is just so that, there's sometimes when you, especially if you're an introvert, you don't like networking, when you have prompts, and I too, you think that I would, being hosting all these events, but even I find it hard in breakout rooms if I don't know what to say. So that's why I have these. I will share them again a little later. Let me look at the time. It's 9:34. So yeah, I won't be able to read out the rest of the chats right now because I know people would. I want to end by 10 a.m. So, but as I said, you can share. You can save the chat at the end and see who all have attended and connect with each other on LinkedIn. Okay, the second one is share that you're attending the summit, tag the expat woman, tag me, tag speakers or guests on LinkedIn or Facebook. What you can do is, okay, sorry, I didn't know it was like a animated slide, but you could take a photograph of this and then post it on LinkedIn or Facebook and say that you can say I'm attending this, I attended the kickoff party, or if you're watching the replay, you can, say whatever you want, why you're attending, and then say join the Expat Women Summit, join me, and put the little link. So I'm going to leave this on for a sec, excuse me, for a second, so people can take a photograph if they want to, and then tag me and the Expat Woman, tag any of the speakers that you know or that you want to hear from. Make it as exciting as you want, and I will be, if you've tagged me, I'll be able to know who has posted, and then again I will pick a winner. And I know our speakers have shared, many of them are giving away one-on-one coaching sessions, so the winner of this and the winner of the other one, other prize, you will have the option to choose which speaker you want to do a one-on-one coaching session with, because I think all of you are here because of the speakers, so that will be the prizes. So but I'll share that after this event is done. Okay, all right. So what else? Yeah, and I wanted to congratulate Rebecca Nelson. She's the winner of the Bold Moves Abroad Challenge. She shared it just before, a little before this event took place. And Rebecca lives in Singapore, so she's not able to attend the live. But I want to say congratulations because she always watches the replays. She's been so active in the Facebook page, even though she can't make the lives. And she's also in Singapore, where our other speaker, Mangla Sachdev, is, and they didn't know each other, but they both introduced themselves in the Facebook group, and they realized they're both expats who were based in London earlier and now live in Singapore, and they met for coffee a few days ago. How cool is that? And they met at Marks and Spencer's in Singapore because of their London connections. So I just love hearing stories like that, and they even shared a photograph in the Facebook group with all of us. All right. So I'm going to share this again, but I thought let's take a photograph first. We always like to take photos. So I'm going to stop the share for now. Oh, actually, what you guys can do is take a photograph of each of these breakout room, what you need to say in the breakout room, because then when we start the breakout rooms, you have this to refer to. So this is the first breakout room. So I'll give you a second to take a photograph or screenshot, and then I will share the second one. This is the second breakout room. Yeah, so you can take a screenshot or photo of that. Okay, so I think I've given people enough time. So let me see how I can change the photo thing. Oh shit, I just realized I didn't get all the speakers to introduce. I'm sorry for the French. Excuse my friend. I just realized the speakers didn't introduce themselves, and none of you reminded me. So I'm going to have the speakers do that before we break into breakout rooms. I just have to
Nina,
yeah,
can't we do that in the breakout rooms?
because not everyone will be in the breakout room. Remember, there's
Okay. Yep.
because there's
All good.
23. Yeah. Yeah, again, it's up to the speakers. I don't want to put anyone on the spot, but but you're just, because I can't see everybody, and I'm just trying to figure out how to change the layout. Give me a second here. It's like Simona and I are spotlighted. Okay, let me see if I can remove. All right. Okay, that's better. Okay, so now we'll just have our speakers introduce themselves very briefly, what your presentation is, what you do, and then we'll take the photograph, and then we'll go into the breakout room. So go ahead, just raise your all the speakers. Just raise your hand and then unmute yourself and speak.
So I'll go ahead and go first. I didn't raise my hand, but here you go. Um, so good afternoon, good morning, everyone. Good evening. My name is Glennis Swan, and I am originally from Bermuda. I live in Dallas, Texas, in the United States. I have, like some of the people who have introduced themselves before, worked in the global mobility space um, for about 20 years now. So not only have I relocated to a new country, I also have worked with literally thousands of expats and their families who have relocated all across the world. I've done that for 20 years. I also am an executive coach and a global workforce strategist, where I help leaders specifically to deal with the complexities of leading and working abroad. I specialize in conflict and leadership and not losing yourself. So that's me in a nutshell, and I'll pass it on to another speaker. I'm really excited for this event.
Thank you, Glennis. And Glennis was also a speaker recently at one of my panels on
Mhm.
global mobility. She's a rock star in the global mobility space. She's being very modest. So thank you so much, Glennis, for joining us. So what I'm going to do,
Thank
because
you.
everyone has raised their hand, so I'm going to have each speaker then say, okay, now I'm going to have so and so introduce themselves. So Glennis, just pick one of the raised hands, and then whoever speaks next will, yeah, you have to unmute yourself.
Sorry, I picked Beth.
You said Beth, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey everyone. Good to see everyone. So I am from New York and DC originally. Now I live in Amsterdam. And in my business, I help visionary coaches craft messaging and offers that feel honest, valuable, and genuinely theirs. So they can show up with confidence and attract right fit clients. And, I think one of the challenges that we all face as business owners is how to stand out in a saturated market. Now, with AI, that's created even more noise, right? So there's lots of content, lots of noise. And so, what I think we need now is not so much your advice, but your unfiltered advice. And, so what that means is your real and raw truth about what your clients struggle with and how to address those struggles, and your bold opinions about topics in your niche relevant to what you do. And it's not always easy expressing those bold opinions, right? And so I think we need to ask ourselves, are we sharing those bold perspectives? Or are we watering down the message a little because we're afraid, that we might offend people, people might judge us. There's many different fears that pop up here. Excuse me, I'm still getting over a cough. But so in my talk this week, I'm going to help you uncover what your bold point of view is. I'll share examples and show you how to also make it personal and true to who you are. Because who you are and how you think, that is what's going to help you stand out, connect, and convert. Yeah.
Thank you. You have to choose the next speaker, Beth.
All right. So how about we hear from Karina?
Happy to that. Thank you very much, Beth. So, can you hear me?
Yes.
Sure. Okay, cool. I'm Karina Hoch. I'm German and living for more than 10 years in Mexico in Playa del Carmen. Yeah, it sounds like all like beach and putting my desk in front of the ocean, but it's not really like this. I'm a B2B marketing strategist with more than 20 years of experience in SEO optimization and your website optimization for lead generations. And my session at the summit is for everyone who knows they need marketing, but didn't sign up for it to take over their life. We'll talk about SEO basics and AI search visibility and how to actually show up in Google's top 10. So I will give you some of my tips that I figured out over the last 20 years, how you do that. And looking forward to meet everybody and all of you. The thing is, you can get really rushed in all of these topics, what you have to do to be visible outside there and with your website and with your LinkedIn and whatever. So I combine it with a second part that is joining me, and is the mental health. So I don't want to make you even more crazy. When I see now Chanel, for example, she is in financial, she's a teacher. So if I say, okay, you need to make even 7 hours a day marketing, she will be saying, when am I going to do that? So I will give you some tips how you can get more visible through technical tips, but don't get overwhelmed with that. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and I am happy to attend and answer all your questions. And just that I mentioned you, Chanel. Today is us.
Thank you, Karina. I appreciate that. Hi, everyone. I'm Chanel, as now I'm less nervous than before. I am a financial coach. I am from South Africa. Now living in Ecuador. I've lived in the Netherlands. I've lived in South Korea, where I was a teacher. That's my background, is in education. And while I was there, I saw a lot of expats just like kind of not thinking of their financial goals and like what they want to do. They were kind of just like going through it, saving up money, and then going home and then buy a house or a truck or, something that we call liabilities. Okay. So in my talk during the summit on day 3, I will talk about how to become a global wealth builder. And this is how to use your salary to your advantage so that you not just, go with the flow, but intentionally pay yourself first. So what does that concept mean? And how do you use it to grow your net worth? Okay. What else? So today is actually a very special day because I've been married for 1 month. Yeah. 1 month ago, I got married to my Canadian husband. And for those of you who have been married for a very long time, I take my hat off for you because, this is the start, right? This is the beginning of forever. Yes, and I'm very excited to be here. Thank you very much, Naina, for putting this together. And I am just very happy. For those of you who don't know what a financial coach is, think of it as a personal trainer, like somebody who wants to build muscle and like get the goals and get lean. That's me for your money. So what are your goals? So what is the knowledge that you want to get, and how do you implement that? So yeah,
Awesome.
thank you very much. I
Thank
choose
you.
Julie just because she has such a cool hat on.
I know, right? So yes, everyone, my name is Julie Max. I am the founder of China Expat Spouse, and that company does exactly what the name implies, which is help the expat spouses located in China, but not just those in China. I also am I want to say recent, but I recently realized that it's been way over a year that I've been repatriated. And I am slowly coming to grips with that. And I am a coach and a trainer, a corporate trainer. I currently do a number of trainings in Switzerland, so I get to travel quite a bit, which is fun. My talk is called Find Your Place, Your Purpose, and Your Passion When You Are Abroad, to elevate your life there. And I shout out to Michelle, who has already done it because she sent me a message on LinkedIn telling me that my QR code is not working. So I have to fix that. But so what's it about? It's basically everyone who has this big life change, this big transition, as in going abroad or returning from abroad, always has to figure out who they are in this new situation. And the 3 pillars that I discuss with all of my clients really I call place, purpose, and passion. So place is all things logistics plus the belonging piece. So do you feel like you actually have at least one genuine friend? You're the person you can call at 2 a.m. if you need them. Then the second part is purpose, and this is really who are you meant to be? Who are you showing up as? Does that mean looking for a new job, or does it mean reimagining your career? I think it was Simona who said your career doesn't, it's not lost, but you just haven't translated it yet. So that's this part. And then the passion part is really how can we use your unique strengths and your abilities and your experiences to create the best version of that purpose that you've just defined before, right? And a lot of my clients in the purpose bit, that's where I get to witness all these amazing transformations because there are people who like after 20 years as a lawyer, for instance, completely reimagine their life and start their own business and do something else. There are others who are really leaning into being there for their family and deriving their purpose from that all the while not indulging, but being more immersed in the culture and being able to really make the most out of it for themselves and for their families. There are so many different pathways. There's no right one, but I believe that there's at least one that's right for every person. And it's really about discovering that. And the three people I see on the top of my screen, Daniela, you're in the middle. I'm going to pick you.
Thank you. Well, there's two Danielas, so I'm just gonna jump in.
You're the Daniela that I meant. You were in the middle.
All right. Anyways, thank you. Daniela Drogales, originally from Argentina with Lithuanian roots. I am currently based in Pakistan for another couple of months. Then we are relocating. We still don't know where. I'm currently calling from Argentina because as well, you can see empty shelves around me. My mom just passed away about a month ago. So I'm here taking care of business, basically, cleaning up. So with my sister, it's what Nina mentioned is part of this expat life, had to jump on a plane with very short notice and deal with this. But anyways, I'm a certified professional coach and cultural intelligence facilitator, and my focus is on, and during the summit, I'm going to be speaking about the importance of culture in AI. And I share some practical tips on how to make sure that, or try, our best to ensure that the outputs that we receive are culturally aware and culture smart, and relevant and relevant and useful. So thank you for all the messages. I really appreciate it. I know that probably some of you might have gone through it before or not, or you might. I also wanted to tell Chanel, today I'm celebrating my 30th year anniversary. So it is possible, on a happier note. So yeah, 30 years and counting. So congratulations to you, and I hope you get to celebrate 30 years as well.
That's awesome. You have to pick someone, but I just wanted to add, first of all, thank you for still making the time to speak, Daniela. And actually, another panelist just lost her father, Lisa Mitchell, of like 3 days ago. So, and it's, as you say, it's part of our expat life, and we have to keep life is to still go on. And I'm trying to figure out which wedding anniversary. My wedding anniversary is on May 11th, I think 22nd or 23rd, maybe. See, I don't even remember. After 20, who remembers, right? Like my husband will kill me if he's the one who's better at remembering, but you beat me to it, Daniela. 30 years is amazing. So thank you. Thanks for showing up. And if you want to pick the next.
Unfortunately, I think it's the first anniversary we're spending apart, because of this situation, but it's life, What can you do? We have
yeah.
many other days to celebrate. So, and I'm going to pass it to Maria Eugenia.
Thank you, Daniela. And I just came from Argentina yesterday. I arrived. I'm originally from Argentina too. I'm living in London now, and I live in many places. The last 23 years, I've been living in many different places. And I'm a psychologist and a coach, and I help families in transition, and also supporting the cultural integration and belonging, how to feel, at home wherever you are. And my talk is going to be on the second day of the summit, and is about expat career resets, and is 3 steps to grieve, ground, and grow your future, because this is something we don't talk much. Is about grieving, right? So, and it's one of the first steps what we need to do in order to become who we want to become. It resonates a lot, like Julie said, about the purpose, right? To find your purpose, you need to let go many things, and that is my talk, what it's about. And I'm looking forward to watch all your presentations, and that's it. So thank you, Nina, for organizing this, and I will give the mic to Dom.
Awesome. Thank you. And thank you, Nina, for gathering all these amazing women. It's just such an incredible honor to share the stage with all of you. So everyone, my name's Dom. I was just thinking about like, how long have I been married to Carol? So my wife and I, we've been together for 20 years, which is quite crazy to think about. I've been an expat, serial expat for the past 20 years, lived in Costa Rica, Australia, South Korea, where else? Indonesia, Peru, all the places, and we'll be traveling to Fiji soon with my family. So I am going to be speaking on day 2 on how to jumpstart your business and income abroad. And basically, like the one thing that I really lean on is purpose and your individual gift that you have to share with the world, and how you can build an income and business and movement and and lifestyle around that, and really inspire others to be their true selves. A book that I wrote during the pandemic is Live Your New Story, and it is essentially my journey of being a trailing spouse to thriving entrepreneur, and all of the grieving and all of the identity shifts that I had to go through in order to be a better version of me. And so for all of you that are watching the replay, and for all of you that are going to check out my session, I just wish and hope for you that it unlocks something and ignites and activates that part of you that's been wanting to be expressed, because that is what the world needs right now. It needs more leadership and needs more expat women leadership. So it's an honor to be here with all of you, and passing it along to the one and only Anna.
Thank you, Dom. Hi, everyone. And thank you so much, Nina, for organizing this. It's lovely to see the faces, put a face to the name. And as Nina has mentioned, I'm so happy to be back to Lebanon, because otherwise I would have joined you at 2 a.m. Australian time. So as Nina has said, we've actually been evacuated from the war-torn Lebanon 2 months ago to Australia, and we were only allowed to come back last week. So I actually got back to Beirut on Friday. So here I am, still getting over jet lag and unpacking. And I'll be presenting a talk, which was recorded in Australia, and it will be on a topic of identity, continuity, and the hidden cost of the serial expat life, because using best advice, being really raw and unfiltered, it's basically for those expat spouses who go to an event and don't know how to answer the question, so what do you do? When you feel like well, I'm just the spouse of, and I'm the mom of, and that's it. That's all we can say. And I think so. There are a lot of layers. Obviously, we touched upon identity, but I think those of us who've moved around a lot, like myself, I think adaptation is definitely not our issue. Continuity is, because otherwise it feels like you're building a beautiful building, and every time you get to the second floor, you have to bulldoze it all over. And then you move on and you have to start again. And that's why it's obviously unproductive. It's frustrating and it's really exhausting. It just doesn't work. And that's why I'll be sharing what I've learned the hard way. And yes, you don't have, like me, to wake up at 3 a.m. wondering what the F am I doing here? What the F am I doing with my life? So I know how, so basically, yes, I've traveled the uncharted waters, fell in a lot of deep, dark holes, got my way back. And as Chanel said, finances, that's also one of the biggest, grayest elephants in the room of all expert women, I'd say, especially if you are the trailing part or the falling, one. And I think, yes, the finances, something that we often that often gets overlooked. So yes, that's what my talk will be about, and I'm looking forward to listening to all your amazing presentations. And I pass the mic on. Wait a second, I need to
I
get back
think you're the last you were the last of
Oh,
the
really?
speakers.
Wait,
Yeah,
awesome.
so
Amazing.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, amazing. You guys all did great. I know we are running behind. I was going to finish at 10. I didn't give you guys an end time, which is good because when expat women get together, things we just kind of expand the time, right? The time just keeps because we want to be together. I always leave these events feeling so inspired and like just it feeds my soul, even though we're meeting each other virtually. And I'm so happy you're back in Lebanon. I'm sure you went through a lot. So I just want to ask people, maybe show it's a smaller crowd, whether people want to stay on and do the virtual networking. Raise your hands if you want to stay on and do one or two of the virtual networking breakout rooms. Okay, so it's like, okay. So I'm going to create them. Let's see, like maybe people who don't want to stay on, maybe if you leave, then I'll know who's left, and then we can do them. And we'll have a much bigger, not bigger, we'll have on Thursday, there won't be some introductions. It'll be more jumping right into the virtual networking event, breakout rooms with our speakers. Yeah. Okay, so I see, let me see how many people we have. We still have a pretty good crowd. So I will create, yeah. Okay, Anna, that's fine. I understand people have to go. So I'm just waiting for people to leave so I can see how many are left. Okay, so I'll create 5 rooms. So let me start by creating the rooms. You have 9 minutes. I'm going to put 3 people in each room. So each one gets about 3 minutes to, and hopefully everyone took a photograph of and some of you, there might be two in some room. There are going to be 2 rooms. So let me create the breakout rooms. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Have fun, ladies. And the room will close when it's time for you to come back. Okay. So you guys have come back from the breakout room. Anyone want to share, why did you and I know some of you are speakers, but even speakers could share why you decided to attend, or how did you hear about the summit, and what do you want to get out of this summit? Anyone want to unmute themselves?
I can go.
Go ahead, Dominic.
Nina, you just do such an incredible job of gathering amazing women from around the world. And I love attending the summit every year because it's I continue to learn and grow and deepen my understanding of this journey and how diverse it is and just how many things we have in common. And it's nice to be in that space to share those experiences with each other and learn from one another. So that's why I came back.
That's
And
that's
also
awesome.
and also to share.
Of course, yeah, no, and yeah, Dominic, I think has been part of maybe two. You've spoken at two of my summits. This is your second or third?
I think this is my third. I did the audio summit, I think 2 years ago, and then the summit in 2020 during
Wow.
the pandemic. Yeah.
That was my first virtual summit, and that's how our paths crossed. And
Yeah.
like I always wonder, will people get tired of being a speaker at my summit? And so always, yeah, because even for me, I've hosted 7 summits, virtual summits, and I have to think of a different presentation every time. But it's just exciting because it pushes you to think. And when you're creating the presentation, you get so many aha moments from it, right? Because it pushes you to like figure out things for yourself. Anyone else want to respond to any of the questions that you be asked in the breakout room? Because all of you couldn't be in the same breakout room, so.
What I find was really interesting, and I absolutely love the breakout rooms every single time. All three of us, Dom, Yanaline, and myself, we worked in South Korea. What
Oh
are the chances?
wow, wow,
Yeah.
that's
So every time
that's
we meet, I just meet incredible people, and I absolutely love like just being in these rooms. Because as expats, you kind of feel like the world is there and you're here. So like being in a room with people who feel like that, that's nice. We're all just, blending together and bringing our own uniqueness and our own perspectives and but coming together as a whole, like a body of acceptance, I guess. Yeah, and I love
true.
this so much.
And I noticed that, thanks for sharing that, Chanel. And I noticed that, very as expats, because of even though we move to different countries and different experiences, we are always eager to learn about each other. Usually, and I'm not saying all countries, and maybe I don't want to just like put all Americans in the same box because there are Americans who are interested where I come from, but I noticed that when someone's an expat in the elevator going to an
I'm
event or
here.
something. Because yeah, okay, but mute this. Yeah. All right. Anyway, so we are now going to and Chanel, why did you decide to speak at the summit, and what do you hope to get out of the summit?
Why did I decide to be a speaker? Because I need to get out of my comfort zone, A. And B, I love to meet other people. Like I'm such a people's person that I just love to I want to go from just consuming to more creating. And I feel like that's a great way to express myself and to get to know other people.
Th-
Yeah.
That's awesome. Anyone who's not a speaker or a speaker, anyone else want to share before we go into the next breakout room?
I would like to share also that I'm like Chanel, trying to get out of my comfort zone because I usually speak in international congress in Spanish. So I forcing myself to speak in English and also, yes, to share. I think this is a great community to share all my experience and also, of course, learn because when you share, you learn a lot. So that is
Awesome. Thank you
that's
so
why.
much. And Maria, I'm still waiting for the link so that I can download it. I know you've been
I know I'm
traveling.
trying to, I'm still fighting with technology because I was in Argentina with the,
Right.
and so we will figure out. Don't worry.
Okay, yeah, please, because that's like
Yes.
everything's so fast. But thank you. Okay, so now we're
Thank
gonna
you.
go, unless someone else wants to share. I did want to go into the second breakout room, so giving someone a last chance. Anyone? And great job, Maria, for speaking in English. I'm sure it's not easy, so and I hope that's an inspiration for everyone. You don't have to wait to be perfect to present or share your expertise. I think that trumps accents and language and everything when you're passionate about something. Okay, if no one else is wanting to share, I'm going to create the second breakout room. This is what you'll be talking about. What is one bold you have made? And when I talk about bold move, it doesn't have to be moving to another country. It's like Maria, Eugenia, and Chanel. This is their first time speaking. I think for Maria speaking in English, and for Chanel speaking at a summit, and that's a big bold move abroad. Or if maybe you have something else you want to achieve this year, and what kind of support do you need? Okay, so that would be the questions for the second breakout room. And I'm going to stop the recording right now because yeah. All right, so that was the second breakout rooms. Anyone want to share a bold move they would like to make or have made, and any support they need before we close out?
I'm happy to kick off very
Okay.
quickly. So just as I was sort of saying to my group, I left my long-term career only at the end of last year. But I was a coach and etc. kind of before that. So my big bold move has been to leave my career of 25 years, start up now as a solopreneur. And I suppose the support I need is learning from all you wonderful women, how you're doing it, how you do it. And I guess a lot of it around resilience as well. Like, how do you just keep going, particularly at the first few years where I know it's going to take a lot of patience and trying different things and just keep going. So, and building a new kind of network of friends, collaborators, colleagues, having had one for 25 years, so that's kind of, and Mangler was the one who introduced me. So thank you very much, Mangler, to me to Expat Women. I didn't know about it before, so
Very cool.
timing is perfect.
Yeah, and that's awesome because Mangla, that's the work she does, right? She helps women with
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. She's a networker. So,
Yeah.
and then the bold move, we were just talking fortuitously that those of us that were put together, we're all in the UK and we're all going to try and meet up.
Oh, wow.
Three of us, four.
Who
So
are?
myself, Maria Eugenia, and Janeline, and I think it's Louise Nathan.
Wow. I
Yeah,
love it.
so we're all going to try and
definitely take a photograph and share in the Facebook group. I love that. That's awesome. And you're in the right place. And day two is, of course, focused on entrepreneurship and, running a business, career. So, yeah. So I'm so happy. Thank you for sharing, Millie. And we will follow your progress. Anybody else want to share before we close the event?
I was just going to say as well that I was introduced by Mangler as well. So I'm here.
Oh.
I'm at the very early stages of my new business. So it's helping expats that are coming to the UK. I've been in global mobility for 30 years, so worked with different suppliers as well as on the corporate side. So really feel that I have that rounded understanding of what expats are looking for. So it's brilliant to be here, brilliant to meet so many people today. And yeah, hugely excited about listening to more of the panel over the next couple of days. So
awesome,
thank you very
Carolyn. Much. Thank you for sharing, and thank you, Mangla, for introducing these wonderful women to the summit. And are you a part of the group that's going to meet up with Millie, Carolyn?
Oh, I'll have to get in touch with you, Millie, because that sounds brilliant.
Yeah, so one more, so there'll be 5 of you. And you live in London too, Carolyn?
I'm just outside London.
Nice. That's going to be fun. I love it. Thank you. Anyone else want to share?
Yeah, I want to share.
Go ahead, Chanel.
My bold move is to obviously be part of this summit and record myself, because I usually hate looking at my own video, and like I have to edit it, like look at all the flaws, everything, and how your mouth moves. So I guess that's my big bold move, is to accept exactly just who I am, even with a floating eye sometimes. That's okay.
I love that. Yes, and that's a hard one when you start doing video. You don't like how you look, you don't like your voice, it's just like, and it's never perfect, right? You think you're ready and then something goes wrong. Thank you for sharing, and Chanel, and you did it. You made that bold move, and you even facilitated the beginning of this kickoff when I was having all kinds of crazy things happening to my videos. So good job. All right.
Thanks,
yeah, you're welcome. Glynis, go ahead.
So I wasn't going to say anything, but Chanel, thank you for validating how I felt. The bold move was, recording this session, actually just even being on the summit. I don't like hearing myself. I never, ever watch anything I record or speak at. And I was forced to do it. And I'm not gonna lie, I think I re-recorded my stuff like 27 times because I'm not joking. I was like, why is my eye looking this way? And why does my lip look crooked. And oh, my hair is not even where I did it all the things. And then finally, after the 27th time, I said, you know what? Screw it. This is wasn't horrible, but I was like, okay, my lip twitches. I'm fine with that. So that was my bold move. I'm fine with my lip twitching.
Glynis, I
That
feel
I
you because I mean, we got our photos from the wedding, and I was so judgmental of the photo. I was so scared to look at the wedding photos. Like I was all, dollied up, and I was like, I don't want to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
we
anyway,
just
you
My
have to
both did
judge
it.
goodness.
ourselves.
And I look at you ladies and I think you all look gorgeous. So I think you just lying to yourselves, all of you.
We're
I
trying.
think, yeah, I think we're our biggest critics too, I think we, like, you talk about twitching lip, and I know, Rosemary, you two have said, oh, when we've been on these lives together, like, oh, maybe my hair, and I'm like, people are just paying attention to what you have to share. But yeah, I have the same problem every time. So, but, we just have to look past that. We are our biggest critics, that's all I can say. And in the end, if your content's right, it doesn't matter. But thank you. It's not easy to share, so I appreciate that. I see Janina has raised her hand. Go ahead, Janina.
Yeah, I didn't even share this in our daily group, but what you just shared reminded me of this. I launched a podcast. I just published my fourth episode yesterday, and it's called Off They Go: Stories of Starting Over Abroad. So I'm talking to many people who at some point went somewhere else, and I have the feeling I could interview probably all of you and have beautiful episodes. And yeah, what you just shared with seeing yourself on the screen and like, what am I doing? Why am I talking like this? That just resonated a lot. And I mean, cheers to us that we do this, right? So happy about
Yeah.
that.
Awesome. Congrats on the podcast. And you're right. Like, as Glynis said, right? It's just like you don't want to hear ourselves. You said we don't want to hear ourselves. It's hard. But I think once you get over that bump, and I think Dom is a great example of that because she's doing videos every day. She has 3 kids. She's packing, and, she just shows up. And so, we have to all learn from Dom. But thank you for sharing. Yeah. Go ahead, Dom. I'm going to have you speak. Thank you for sharing, Janina, and good luck. And yes, all these ladies would be great to interview. So, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, my bold move is I never had a book event in the United States. And so I'm like asking all my friends, hey, can I use your space to do a book event, even if like one other person shows up? Because I love, I need to be a speaker in a room, not just a Zoom room, but like really in a room to amplify my voice and really make an impact. It's just one of the gifts I have. And I'm excited about it because I get to finally share this story, but from a place of I'm not trying to prove myself anymore. I've already proven myself to myself. So for those of you that are like feeling like you need to prove yourself to yourself, you're gonna eventually get there, and then you're not gonna care anymore. And your real voice, your rawness, your realness, all of the things that you've always wanted to say, that's gonna come out, and that's how people are gonna resonate with you. Whether you're gonna be, want to get promoted in your career or want to start your own business or just want to have a microphone and say what you want to say, when you get to that point where you feel grounded in your true voice, that is when the impact starts to amplify like crazy. And it's not even from you're getting more followers. It's you feel it in your body. You feel it when you're speaking. So for all of you that are stepping to the plate and getting visible at the Expat Woman Summit, I just want to say congratulations because that's what it takes. Saying yes to yourself and saying yes to all the imperfections, because we're human, we're imperfect, and you showing up in your imperfection is what's going to make you amazing and great. That's what we need in the world. We don't need more of the AI and more of the editing ourselves. We need you in your realness and your rawness, and that's what's going to change lives.
That's beautiful, Dom. Thank you for sharing that, and I agree with you.
Sorry.
I just finished and then I'll bring it.
I just want to add.
Go on. Go ahead.
Can I add to that?
Yeah.
It's interesting because my brother's wife, she's pregnant now, and it just made me realize like there's a reason why you're pregnant for almost 9 months. Like it's the mindset of it as well. Like you go, okay, like my body is literally making another human being, but it's also like stepping into that role of I'm gonna be a mom now, and I can see it in her. And I think that's also Dom, what you said, of like proving yourself. Like it takes a while to get that evidence, but as soon as the baby's born, you're like, I'm a mom, I'm a business owner, like, okay, I'm a financial coach. Like in the beginning, I couldn't even say to people, I'm a financial coach. I go, I do something about finance, like so scared because you're not in that role yet until you go, okay, well, this is the evidence. Like I've changed lives, I've helped people. So yes, I'm a financial coach. And that's incredible. I love
That's
that, Dom.
beautiful. I love that example. That's really, yeah, that's very powerful. It takes time, right, to achieve what you want to, and there's so many bumps and hurdles and challenges along the way, but we're all doing it. And as Dom said about the AI swap, there's so much, right now they say that videos on YouTube that are just like raw, no editing, are doing so much better than all these polished AI videos. People are really looking for authentic, messy, organic, lip twitching, and that one just stuck with me, Glynis, because it's that is something like how you even, because I don't see a lip twitch even once. It's just funny. Yeah. Go ahead, Rob.
Here's a quick hack, like, because like I'm moving house. I have 3 kids. They're all preteens. So just imagine that. They're all girls. I have a dog that's very needy. He's a golden doodle. My wife is always out for trainings and working, and so I'm managing all this. What's nice about the series that I'm doing right now, if you want to follow me just to like get some inspiration, I literally film as it's integrated into my life. It's not, okay, now I'm going to get ready to be creative and do the thing. It's like, oh, I know how to talk to the camera. I'm like, I'm just going to say what I'm doing right now. And that's actually a great practice to get comfortable being in your own skin and also sharing your real story, because that is like, I'm getting 1K views on YouTube Shorts.
That's
like
fantastic.
And I've only been doing this for the past 20 days. I've increased my YouTube channel by like, what, 200%. I had 70 followers. Now I'm like at almost 210. It's like crazy.
That's fantastic.
So, get out there, just jump in and go blaze your trail. And the world's waiting for real and raw voices. Like it's right. We're all there. So just want to inspire all of you to keep going.
And someone will benefit from it. You think like no one's commenting on your LinkedIn post, your YouTube. There are people watching and benefiting from what you have to share. And always keep that in mind. And thank you, Dom and Chanel. Anyone want to share something before we end the session? Okay. All right. We will see you guys on. Hopefully, everyone will join on Thursday, so you can get to connect with our speakers in breakout rooms, because we'll have each speaker in one breakout room, and then of course we have our Facebook group. We have the LinkedIn event page. So just connect. Save the chat. You can just click on the 3 dots on the top of the chat and save the chat, so you get everyone's LinkedIn links and profiles. And thank you all so much for joining and making this kickoff party so much fun. I will upload the recording on the Expat Women YouTube channel and share the link with everyone. All right. See you all tomorrow. Bye. Have a fantastic time. Or
Thank
day
you
or
so
night.
much.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.